morning, Baramis. Are we ready?
Yes,
we are
Arons.
A warm-hearted welcome to all our friends watching this program. Introduction first. On my far right hand side is
Jeliska.
Jeliska. This is the name of the body. Bebazola is the name of the consciousness, being life form as a human cell, giving consciousness there. She is a Bruba of the woods. On my nearest right hand side is Nikita. This is the body, and inside is Ibolama. What a beautiful name. Jenny, and she's from as a soul consciousness giving body. She's from the 6th order of the first Indian tribes that were created on earth, and that was millions of years ago. On my left hand side is my spouse, Kabos. This is the body, and what is giving consciousness to the body, that name is Porentel. And I'm Ernst Jordan, and the four of us represent Paramus Tower of Light. And you're so welcome to go and visit our website, Paramus Tower of Light. There's a lot for you to see.
Yes. And the link of the website is underneath.
Yes,
In the
yes,
description.
yes.
There. And just something else, this is LT Sator.
Yeah, okay, my name is LT Sator. Thank you, Kabos. Right.
Today we share ancient wisdom secrets on the cosmic, also known as the universal laws of the Most High Torata, JAWE GORIA. Are the cosmic laws something else than the 10 Commandments and the other biblical laws? Where do I find the cosmic laws? Why do theologians hide the cosmic laws from the world's population? Why is it necessary to live by the cosmic laws?
Is it really necessary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, okay, we'll come to that. Do you agree or not? I agree in full.
If you haven't watched all the previous programs from Program A in this series, please catch up in order to understand the meanings of the names, places, ceremonies, etc.
And please help us to help other people who are really in need of those wisdom secrets revealed in this series. Please press the like, subscribe, and the share button, as well as the little icon button.
Well, icon. To be in line for more ancient wisdom secrets. Yes, here we go. If you out there don't know what the cosmic laws of the Most High Torata, JAWE GORIA determines, please don't feel alone. During my studies to become a reverend, I studied the 10 Commandments and the other biblical laws throughout the Christian Bible. It was much later when I was busy with my book 2 in this series, or not this series, on the Paramus writings, as my doctoral dissertation, that I learned about the cosmic laws. So don't feel alone if you don't know what the cosmic laws are. I mean, to be a reverend and still don't know the cosmic laws, I mean, that's just serious. So your doomies and stuff don't know this. A very few Western Christians ignore the cosmic or universal laws as if these laws doesn't exist. You know, this is a shame actually, because it is in there. But we prefer to go so mind controlled through life that we don't even notice it. And you know, this is very sad. Almost all information we are going to share with you are ancient wisdom secrets. So therefore sit back and enjoy. In the 10 Commandments, if I can start there, in Exodus 20 verse 14, we read the following commandment: Thou shalt not commit adultery. Now, adultery is one of the many translations of the Hebrew word mamzer, used in different translations of the Christian Bibles. Mamzer refers to the cosmic law of authenticity. Each created life form was created to be unique, distinctive, and pure. The cosmic law of authenticity forbids any form of hybriding between two different life forms. The word adultery was chosen by the Christian Bible compilers and Bible translators of the general Christian church to lead you to interpret it as cheating on your spouse, which is not the same word. We come back to the cosmic law later in this program when we discuss this specific law of authenticity.
Ernst, please inform our friends out there who compiled the cosmic laws.
With pleasure, Nikita, it is necessary to understand how endless universes are if you want to understand who created what. You know, we are here on Earth, we all live on Earth, and for a lot of persons out there, I mean, we're not all interested in astrology and what's going on in the universe. Some people doesn't even, you know, they stay inside, they don't even go out to see the sun by day or the stars by night. But it is very important to know, you know, how big these universes are. Our universe is one in a unimaginably a massive ocean of universes called the multi-universe. What astronomers define as a universe, we as Barometer Star of Light and the researchers here define as one dimension, subdivided into 49 to the power of 49 sub-dimensions. Our universe or dimension was named Tum, T-U-M, by the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA and the Almighty Hefkanam of our third dimension in the Christian Bibles referred to as the Almighty of heaven and earth. We know his name, it is Kaizoret Yahweh. Praise his name as well. Our third dimension is almost unknown to astronomers. I doubt it if they know 0.0000010 zeros and 1% of what's going on out there. Remember that all universes expand daily. Everything you can see through the biggest telescopes possible is part of our third dimension. And I mean, how far can you look?
Yes.
I sometimes say I've got very good eyes. I can see the stars. I mean, you must have good eyes to see the stars. How far are they, you know, from us? But really what we can see is a piece of dust in this universe, really, if you can compare it like that. There are apparently 3.916 solar, in other words 3,916 solar systems within our Milky Way galaxy alone. Let that piece of information just sink in. In our Milky Way galaxy, 3,916 sun systems, in other words, suns with planets and moons, etc. I mean, where did that come from? You know, it is very nice. Now there are that amount, but it is only in one, which looks like a little dust, a little dust particle in this universe. Now our Milky Way galaxy is one of billions of Milky Way galaxies in this 3-dimension alone. You know, our third dimension, I mean, just get the picture, just don't sit and listen. Get a picture inside here, or afterwards, if you watch this program for a second time or a third time, it is to study these programs, then you are going to see what I mean. The picture are so endless that we can give actually a new definition of the word endless. If you really, oh, it's incredible. Yeah, NASA estimate that there are more than 2 trillion galaxies visible through the world's biggest space telescopes, and as far as those telescopes can look is once again a dust particle in this universe in which we are now. The universal cosmic laws was not compiled by the Christian Trinity God, nor by the Messiah, Jeshua, Redorp, or Jesus as you name him, nor by any other god, goddess, Afghanim, etc., but by the Most High of all creators. His name is Yahweh, praise his name. His surname is Goria. His title and rank is Torata, and you can read about him in your Christian Bibles, among other places in Psalm 91. He and his council of Torata res compiled and put in place the cosmic laws. Therefore we refer to the cosmic laws of the Most High Torata Yahweh Goria. We could actually add and his council plan, you know, consisting of how many top of the range Torata res, you know, it is, or Toratas actually. We had to come back to the vastness or the endlessness of our third dimension or universe. What is the wall we will see in space? I must tell you about this. If you go and look up in the sky at night, you will see a lot of this shining, it's not actually stars, all of them, but you know what I mean. Now, if you look further, and you can look further through this world's biggest telescopes, you will actually see a wall in front of you. And a lot of people, I can remember when I was in grade 6, that is old time standard 4, my class teacher, he asked the question, what is that wall and what is behind the wall? Now that is quite interesting, but if you think logic, if you see a dust storm coming up, it looks like a brown wall if you see it from far. And what does it consist of? Small dust particles. So if you keep looking, you will see the wall becomes more dense and dense as far as you can go, until you see the wall as such, which is just, let's say, there is no space to look through due to all the trillions and trillions to the power of trillions, suns and planets and whatever in place. You cannot see there. It looks like a wall, but behind that so-called wall, which is not a wall, is just another endless, until if you can come to there and you look through the best telescopes again, you will see a wall once again. When you go to that wall, you will see a wall once again. It's endless. It doesn't stop anywhere, anytime. We prefer to call the universe a dimension. How many dimensions do we know of? They are endless. Endless means it never ends. In other words, you cannot write it or think of it, because the zeros at the end, you know, it keeps continue. And why? Because of the super all creator Hefkanams and higher up in the deity hierarchical structure work endless to expand all universes. He is not the Father of the Trinity. Of whom am I speaking? The Most High Torata Re Yahweh Goria. He is not the Father of the Trinity. I mean, were the Trinity, were our dimension here when he as the Most High started dimension 1 with his council plan? No, he didn't exist. So why do they go and call the Trinity God, the Father of the Trinity, the same as the Most High? Sorry folks, it is not the Father of the Trinity who Christians worship. Neither is the Most High Torata Re Yahweh Goria a God or a Messiah or anything else the Christians want to believe in. His rank is Torata Re. Now in the same heading of Psalm 91, you also read about the Almighty Creator of our dimension tomb as well. Is he a Messiah? No, a Messiah shows the way which you can walk to become perfect, enlightened. He's not a creator or anything like that. No, he is, what do we call him? Let's just see. He is a Messiah? No. Is he a God? No. Is he a Hefkenam? No. Is he a all-creator Hefkenam? No. He is hundreds of ranks higher up in the hierarchical structure. He is a Torata, and his name and surname is Kaizoret Yahweh, or Yahweh, as I said earlier.
Now that our friends out there know who put the cosmic laws in place through all dimensions on all light-side planets, I'm sure they would like to know what is the difference between the 10 Commandments and the cosmic laws.
The 10 Commandments, Iliska, was given by a fallen Hefkenam, whose name is...
Conro.
Oh, you remember well. Conro, yes. To the Israelites at Sinai, or Mount Sinai. It was actually 10 words, in fact. Now, I would like to share a little bit of information on that with you. You know, when Moses, if you watch the 10 Commandments once again and go into the research of the people who did the research to compile that movie, 1956, 10 Commandments, when Moses came out of the mountain, not down from the mountain, he was in the mountain because the higher Hefkenams, etc., lives. Those who have something to do with our planet Lonakusa will live in the earth crust or somewhere in the mountains, inside, not outside. And, you know, he gave, I mean, if you think, with all due respect, we are human souls, eh? What about if we think, how can a God who stays in a mountain, I mean, where did he come from? You must have a palace or a city in that mountain, for all that we know. And he's taking 40 days to write 10 names on 2 pieces of stone. I mean, give it to anyone on earth, we'll do it in half an hour's time. You know, he's supposed to be a super Hefkenam, but it takes him how long? I mean, the people actually started to go look for him. I mean, it's logic. What kind of a God takes 40 days? You know, to give you 10 written words on table of stone. 10 words! I mean, it's not even... You know, what you read in your Bible was not what that was on the 2 stones that Moses brought from the mountain. There were 10 words on it. You know, like in, let's call it a picture format, meaning, you know, if you see a P on a black P letter on a white background with a red circle, it means you must not stop there. You cannot stop there, you know, with a line through it. Now, the same thing. It doesn't tell you, it says, let's say, don't kill, don't murder, don't do this. You know, it's one word explaining a sentence, which you must do. Now, the cosmic laws, yeah, and when, you know, he gave those 10 words to Moses, I mean, now, was it what was promised before Moses went to Egypt to get the 12 tribes of Israel out of there? No. You know, the promises was so big. If you read the whole Genesis, let's call it that, or let's say, yeah, read the whole Genesis, you will see not Genesis, sorry, Exodus. You will see the Ten Commandments and how it was used there. It's non-saying anything, and it actually, a lot of it explains nothing. You know, the church filled in the little extras, what they wanted the masses to believe, what should scare the masses. It's not cosmic laws, my friends. They're definitely not. The cosmic laws was in place before the first dimension was built, if I may use the word built or created. If you create something, you build it. So you start somewhere, and it doesn't matter if it is what, it is an action that is taking place. Now when the first action, long before other gods, under the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA and his council of top Torata Hefkenames, before they even had a thought of creating our galaxy, or our universe for that sake, the cosmic laws was in place. This is the laws of the Most High, the councils on which they work and on which everything they create shall work. Otherwise, there's trouble for the people. Now, everything visible as well as invisible in all dimensions was created under the guidance of the cosmic laws of the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA. That was trillions to the power of trillions of high dimension time back in history. We refer to this duration of time as the light years of the oldest ones. You know, you cannot, light years is usually to measure distant. Not with them. With them, you measure light years. If you want to know how old a specific Torata, you will measure it in light years. So can you imagine the difference? Hey, well, yeah. Just to give you an example, in dimension or universe number 130, if you hop into a, let's say, spacecraft, or you go there, let's say we were technologically advanced to do this, and you go there in dimension 130 on a planet, one day there is one day here is 1 second there. In other words, if 1 second expired in, or for each second that ticks in dimension 130, a whole day are being spent on Earth. So you can imagine how many seconds are in a day. You know, if you start working it out, I mean, then you will understand why they use the term light year for age and not only for distance.
The next question will be, where do I find the cosmic laws of the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA, praise his name?
Thanks, Kabosi. If you want to discover them one by one like I did decades ago, you can search for them in the Christian Bible, Old Translation, King James of 17th century. The Christian Bibles after the 17th century King James Bible are too falsified to take seriously the contents of those Bibles. I mean, really, it sounds like a joke. It's not a joke. I say it with full responsibility. Go and measure your first 4 Bibles against the root books where they got it from. You know, the tablets, everything there. It's already sounding like the difference between the East and the West. Now take those 4 Bibles and put it there and use your modern Bible. It looks like a comic, I can assure you. It is too falsified, I don't even use it. You will find most cosmic laws woven into the history of the 12 tribes of Israel, or there's another chance. You can download the General Cosmic Laws for free from our website, Brahma's Tower of Light, under the subsection More Info. You can just press it and it will be on your screen. You can study it there. File this program so that you can come back to it later on when you study them or the cosmic laws by heart. Do so with all these programs in the Ancient Wisdom series, and I promise you, you are going to be developed quite further than you should have been if you didn't follow this route.
Ernst, why do theologians hide the cosmic laws from the world's population?
Nikita, remember that we as whites here in South Africa are not ruled by a government consisting of our white skin color people, with legislation rooted in the cosmic laws of the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA. The present South African government since 1994, as well as the rest of the governments on earth, except for two, serves under the satanic compiled One World Government. These countries are all members of the One World Government, except for two. Can you imagine it? And those people of those countries doesn't know it. You know, the politicians know it. And the belief system leaders know it, but the public, the greater publics there of the humanities, they don't know it. They, as the world government, makes the rules, and the world's governments and humanities will respect it without free will or choice. If these member governments don't want to accept the rules as legislation for their countries, these governments' representatives as the state presidents of their countries will be bribed, and they do it. I know it all the way. You know, if you just go and tell your people this, and there will be a few billion in your bank account, a few million. This is how it goes. We've studied in international politics, the history there, everything. One of the main reasons for hiding the universal laws from the Western humanities, Gabosi, is because the world's governments saw how the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA made South Africa one of the fast-growing countries worldwide during the apartheid era, when white Christians lived by the universal laws, and they prayed only to the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA. Although here in South Africa they didn't know his name, but they always prayed. I can remember it as a child. You know, from the podium in the Nether Dutch Reformed Church, the dominee or the Dr. Dominee will stand there and say, Most High, to you we pray, and to you we say thank you. And then he will start, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. You know, nowadays it's, you will do this, you will go with this one, bring her mum again, you will do this. Not a good thing. One of the main reasons also is why the satanic governments around the world hide these universal laws from their taxpayer publics is because the universal laws are true light side laws, while the one world government serves Satan and Satan alone. Why do we say that? Why can we say that with proof?
They say it on the main page of their website.
Yes, of course, of course. Yes, you know, the Illuminati. Do you want to become a member of the Illuminati? Sorry, friends, I don't want to become a member of the Illuminati. I work for what I've got, and I don't steal or know people, brown-nosing other people just to get something. Sorry, not interested. Now, if Christians theologians didn't study real deity science or something equal, they study theology, which according to the subjects of the degree to become a theologian, which I took from the internet many years ago is more about church management than anything else. Now they ask, that is why they don't know where's heaven, where's hell, where's all this that they preach and want us to believe. You know, stuff like there's only 144,000 places in heaven. No rubbish. Where did they got that from? I mean, really? They as Christian fathers, pastors and dominees will not preach cosmic laws, because the cosmic laws command, among others, authenticity among humanities to start with, which is not what Satan's governments and his seedlines want to hear. Satan and his seedlines on earth is totally against authenticity. So if somebody, you know, they will always come and say, you must hybriding this and hybriding this, and you sorry. Who was Satan and what was Satan's rank, title and job description? Satan is a real god and was appointed on planet Ventura in dimension 22 light side. He was appointed as a god of sin. Sin meaning the transgression of the cosmic laws of the Most High. Satan failed to live by these cosmic laws, failed and was degraded to dimension 2, in other words dimension 3, to be binded here on earth, joined by a small percentage of his huge family. That was a fall of 19 dimensions downwards. Now on earth, Christians doesn't even believe in the cosmic laws and will not live according to the provisions of the cosmic laws of the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA. They will invent other so-called cosmic laws. I wonder how many dimensions are they going to fall after their individual soul transfers. You know, one day they will have to die, my friend. I'm sorry for you. You don't have to believe me. Check it out for yourself when you come there. Later on in the series, I mean, a lot of us know what is going on. And not a lot guess, or they want to decide what should be going on, and then they start believing in that. More than 6,000 different churches, belief systems. Now, before I discuss the individual cosmic laws, tell me, why is it necessary for humanities to live according to the cosmic laws of the Most High? What would you say? You can discuss.
That's the best way to do it. That's your reference that you've got, and it's written in your heart.
Of course, if it's written in your heart, thanks Kabosi, it will haunt you if you transgress those laws. You know, you will go and do something to yourself. It is something you cannot describe to other people. It is something to be proud of, something of your inheritance from where you come from. You know, if some people comes from dark side, I'm talking of consciousness, giving life forms, giving consciousness to human bodies. You cannot accept that all people are light side, created by one God. I mean, we have discussed this in previous programs. So what you said is very correct. What else?
Everything would be out of harmony if everyone decided to.
Yes. In other words, if everything is out of harmony, and what is it? It's war.
Yes, chaos.
It's the opposite of peace. It's war. Yes, thank you, Iliska. Thank you, Quibisi. And do you have something else?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're not going to live by that, you're going to be, it's like that egocentric self choices.
You know, that is one of the
the
road indicators, you know. Live by the cosmic laws, this side. Live by world laws of Satan, that side. It is one of those things. And you know, the cosmic laws are universal laws far above any dark side, fallen gods and Evkanam's laws. The cosmic laws are the laws you and I are going to be judged on the day we individually soul transfer. And what do we know? You know, I think in all Western countries there's a law, or in the law system of that country there will be a specific law that says ignorance of this law is not an excuse in a court. You know, where did they get that law from? From the cosmic laws. Ignorance of reality is not an excuse, you know, if you are being judged one day after this life. Now, this is a fact, whether you believe it or not. And the first cosmic law we're going to discuss with you and share ancient secret wisdoms on is the cosmic law of justice. Now, Nikita.
The cosmic law of justice. There are church-created and man-declared so-called gods who crucified the innocent so that the murderers and the robbers can be equated to continue killing and robbing.
Yes, okay, before you go on. If you think of a God, okay, I cannot ask the four of us because we think of it otherwise. But if I ask you out there, you know, something of a God, you will tell me, you know, my God is so and so, and this is his laws and whatever. I mean, it's so obvious that if your God sticks to the cosmic laws, he is, or they are, indeed light side gods or whatever you think them to be. But if their ruling is otherwise, in other words, dark side against. Now, if your God prefer that if you are sinless, you must be crucified, in other words, murdered, get rid of because you are honest. The robber and the murderer next to you can be walk free, because that is what they asked the Christians of those days. Who do you want, Barabbas or Barabbas, how do you pronounce it, or Jeshua Redopa? And they declared they want Barabbas to be set free. In other words, that is what is Christianity, and the God of Christianity is based on. This is his set of rules. Become a Christ and you will be murdered on a cross. Become a murderer and a thief and you will be set free. This is what we experience here in South Africa. There are fallen dark side gods whose laws are written in some countries to protect the criminal, murderer and robber at the expense of the innocent. In South Africa, we experience it on a daily basis. The Most High God of all gods, in the God's hierarchical structure, namely Torata, JAWE GORIA, praise his name, is fair. His cosmic law or law states that what you sow, you shall reap. Not other persons, you. You cannot keep ignoring or transgress against the universal laws and expect someone else to pay for what you did wrong. That is one reason why you cannot compare the Christian unfair Trinity God with the Most High Torata, JAWE GORIA, who is fair. You've got on the one hand the unfair God, who will send his son, as they believe. Yeah, you can kill him, just set the murderer free. Have that God if you want him. I don't want him. I mean, that is logic. That is one reason why with the Most High Torata, JAWE GORIA, they are not one and the same so-called God. A lot of people believe, if they say God, and I say, what's the name of your God? Because God means endless, gods, goddesses, families, whatever, endless. So what's the name out of that endless gods? What's the name of your God? The Most High or the Almighty. No, my friend, you're on the wrong side of information if you prefer to believe that. I mean, the Most High Torata JAWE GORIA also determines that no one may pay for someone else's transgressions of the cosmic laws. Each one will atone for his own transgression of the cosmic laws. And you know, still people out there, they don't worry, they don't see it as they should see it. They believe the dominee or the pastor or the father, and I must admit, a lot of fathers know what we know. They're not allowed to say it, but as far as pastors and dominees in South Africa is concerned, sorry my friends, you are on the wrong side of information. But you know it, I mean.
Yeah.
So, interesting. All other cosmic laws are linked to the cosmic law of justice. I mean, so is their Trinity God linked to justice? Never. So, no. Therefore, no cosmic law of the Most High Yahweh, praise His name, is unjust or unfair. If you see, you know, a law in your country that says it clashes against any of the cosmic law, you know it's a satanic law. So if your own kind is presenting that to you, to believe in as a law, if you do that you will end up in heaven, my friend, you're in for a big surprise. Get to reality. Start studying self. Don't listen to other people. I'm only advising you, but if I were in your shoes, I mean, I did it. I started to study. Is the laws of your country fair? Nikita, what is the second cosmic law?
Okay, the second cosmic law or universal law we want to discuss is the cosmic law of oneness. This cosmic law helps us to understand that everything in the universe forms a greater unity, and that everything we do, think or plan has an effect on the whole, on all consciousness, giving life forms in all the endless dimensions on all planets. What is the whole I'm referring to?
Would you two try this?
It's like you do something in the good of the whole unity. So in the bigger picture, is it going? Your decision is going to.
You
make
can
it
start
yourself.
off. If I'm going to, let's say, do something wrong to somebody, what is going to be the rippling effect of it? Is it going to harm other people or not? Unless it is necessary.
Yes.
I mean, if somebody must be, you know, taken back to where he comes from, like soul transferring, it must be like that. We cannot go against it. But the whole can also mean we on earth, as well, the light siders, you know, on earth as well as on other planets in third dimension, endless, as well as in other sub dimensions, which houses their own planets, etc. All the light side gods, Efkanams there. And then we are only talking about dimension 3. What about the endless one, 19,009 and 190,009 and stuff like that? I mean, it's endless. If you are doing something, it will have an effect on the rippling effect. You know, that rippling effect, we can compare it with a germ. If you are terribly ill due to a virus or something, and it is one of those that if I come near you, I will get the same illness. It is something like that. If I am negative, it is rippling out negativity. It is the same as you want to be positive, but the whole world around you is negative, how can you be positive? It does have an effect. So,
Yes. Sorry to disturb
yeah,
you.
you will.
If you take a pond,
A pond.
yes, and you throw a stone in,
Mhm.
that's a rippling effect that Evans is speaking about. It's just to get a picture about the rippling effect.
But see the rippling effect, every ripple is another dimension also. So it goes through, and actually what you do wrong here, the Most High and the council members, or the members of his council plan, they feel it, they sense it, I mean they can see it. What they know is not what other people believe in, unfortunately, but where does we put the blame? With the people, everything, how did we get all the info? How did all the Buddhists, all the other people got their info? You go and study, you don't listen to others, you get out of your body and you go and see for yourself. You can use astral projection, what else? In-tapping, meditation, extreme deep meditation. I'm talking about go for 8 hours or so, totally out of your body. Other people do it 2 weeks out of their body. Other Buddhists leave their body and come back in 3 months' time, or, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, what are people that they think somebody must come and beg them to get themselves saved? You know, I cannot understand people. This is why it is not sad for me if the Most High come with a big war and take away a lot of people. It is like they don't want to learn. They don't want. And the main reason is why they don't want to learn, because then they are being rejected by the masses, and they're not willing to do that. You know, it's the same when Joshua Redopa said to that one man, if you want to follow me, my friend, you will have to sell everything you have, give the money to the poor so that you have nothing. Then you can follow me. What did he actually say to him? You must be willing to be rejected by everything on earth. Then you can follow me. It doesn't go about money or anything, it is rejection.
Even what we believe in has an effect on everything as a whole, visible and invisible, in all dimensions and sub-dimensions. Can we discuss what is in the void, the Hades?
Oh yes, you know, a lot of people just think that if they sit here and planning negativity against somebody or so, you know, unfair negativity, and they think that nobody will, you know about it. Of course, what you think is a picture you created, and if it is it is not wanted, in other words, it's negative, for what it goes to Hades. And what is that other place in Hades? The void. How many human souls are floating in the void because they didn't want to believe? The demon grew in from one side, and they, who gave consciousness to the specific body, are being grown outside. And there they go, here sits a new body with a whole new personality, and no Christian is able to identify it or the cause of it. You think Mama is still in her body? Mama is long time ago in the void or somewhere.
Long time. Do yourself a
Yes,
favor.
you don't know what we are actually laughing about, but we know, you know, we are not allowed to name persons or so, but we deal on it on a daily basis. You know, a lot of time people will ask, you know what, when my husband went in for a medical operation, he loved his rugby, his brandy, his braai vleis or barbecue. And now that he came out of there, he's all of a sudden a vegetarian, and he cursed like whatever, you know, something like that. I mean, it's most obvious he was swapped. I mean, how can you just leave your everything you have in you. And you're now in a new body. With what are you going to work? With all the information in that body melted together with your own as a soul body. All that DNA, what do we call it, genes and DNA and that stuff. Of course they will be affected by it.
Do yourself a favor and explain in detail what you have just heard. When you study this cosmic law, write 10 sentences about it, about this particular law, and explain how it works in your personal life. Ernst, will you start with an example?
Yes. For first, I will, this is in my life. I don't believe in the Most High. I know the Most High. I don't believe in the light side kingdoms. I know a lot of them already. I don't waste my time after going after other people. I will spend my time mostly on the law, the work that I do for the Most High. I mean, there's such a lot of, you must, you know, let's say you want to write 10 sentences. If you, what I just said, live by, or you know your God, you don't believe in Him, don't lie. I'm busy now with a book, which will be available. It's actually book 78. And it, the contents goes, where is your secrets? You are walking with this mass people, following a Christ or somebody, a self-declared God, which you know nothing of except the little bit that is in your Bible. But due to mind control and brainwashing, when you read something, you must first remember what the father or the dominee or the pastor said, so that you can interpret it in that sense that he, oh my friend, it's so, what will be the effect of that? Which cosmic law will be affected? All that way, because it's going to have a rippling negative effect on everything. You know, right, I know the Most High in everything I do or have to choose. Why? Why? Because He knew the cosmic laws the best. I don't know all the cosmic laws. I mean, what we know is not even one needle in a haystack. I mean, not even one drop of water in all the oceans, in all universes, on planets there also. You know, so who's the best? If you want to know what the law says about this or that, you go to an attorney or an advocate or something, or a judge or somebody who can inform you. Now, if you go to the Most High, you actually go to the main. There's no one higher than Him for you and me and everybody on earth. So I see to it that I spend the most of each day in His service, because I cannot pretend that the Most High comes first in my life if I spend 1 or 2 hours a week on Him by going to church or something. No, a day consists of 24 hours. If you spend more, and you can, you know, you can spend, you can work, you can social, as we all do. You can do everything you like, and it's so fun. I mean, I write 5 books per year on. It is research books that I have to go and collect the info on other dimensions, and I mean, I do it. I write this seriousness and everything. You know, I can say the Most I come first in my life, because most of the 24 hours of each and every day is devoted to Him. That is why. And when I have to decide on something, I first analyze the outcome of my decision on the bigger unity in all dimensions, endless. I don't want to do something that will have a negative effect on any other true light side life forms. Do as we did first, before pointlessly listening to the next cosmic law. Repeat to yourself what you learned from each cosmic law, and remember 10 sentences each on how you live or can live within the provisions of the cosmic laws. I mean, everything is within your reach. Nothing is out of your reach. It will not help you to study the next cosmic law if you don't understand what you're reading and how to apply each cosmic law in your life. Do the same with all the cosmic laws. Eliska, will you please explain to our friends the cosmic law of vibration?
Thank you, Aaron. The cosmic law of vibration is the third universal law. This cosmic or universal law states that everything in the universe moves and vibrates in circular patterns. The same principles of vibration in the physical world are laid down for our individual feelings, thoughts, desires, and do manifest in the etheric world which we cannot see with our naked eye. Think of seasons, biorhythms, and stages of the moon and its influence on water. How history repeats as examples. Everything, even a thought or feeling, has a distinctive, unique frequency. What do you learn from this?
She mentioned a lot of things. We learn that history repeats. And if you know history repeats, you can just see your own country, your own life, your own family life, your own whatever you want to look. The history of that. Go back far. You will see the history. And your biorhythms. What do you know about biorhythms? I mean, it's a pattern going like this, ups and downs. And if you study biorhythms, I mean, it's part of this cosmic law. And what else is there? You know, a thought, a feeling. I have mentioned that if it is not good, or even if it's not good, if it is uncompleted thoughts, it will stay in the universe. All the people up there can see this. They can see, not people, the Hefkenams, they can see whose thoughts is it. You know, so who do you think you're bluffing by ignoring this cosmic law? I mean, if you, the cause that other in higher positions are getting affected negatively, you're in for a big surprise, my friend. I mean, why did they degraded Satan, who transgressed the cosmic laws on planet Pentora in dimension 22, to dimension 3? I mean, think of it. How far are the other persons going to be degraded because they just ignore it? And what did they do? I mean, they give other people work. You know, if I'm good and I do my studies and I do my thing for my Most High, praise His name, my guides can use that time doing something else, except the guides helping me to compile this stuff. But the rest can be at ease. But if I'm always complaining, always this, always that, I mean, I'm keeping them busy unnecessarily. They can use their time better than that. So think of the bigger also. Kabosi, will you please explain the cosmic laws of action?
The cosmic law of action and effect of action is, in short, what you sow, you shall reap. This cosmic law states that nothing that happens by chance. Every action has a reaction or a consequence that follows from every action.
Yes. What can you add?
It's like the nice karma wheel.
Yes! There we go again. The wheel of karma, which most people doesn't believe in until they get in a situation where they don't know why, and somebody say, karma can be a bitch. Eh? They call karma a bitch. I don't know why. Karma is not female, but they call her a bitch, or karma then. Yes, self-choice and to be at the steering wheel of your own life on earth makes that you are your own God on earth. The self-created problems arising from it. You know, this is why me and Cabos and this too. Somebody asked me, where do you visit? I say, do you refer to people as friends? They say, yes. I said, we visit here, or with them, or we have another two friends, a couple. This is the friends that we have that are like us. We can be ourselves there. They are like us all the time. We pray to the Most High. We do everything the same. So how can, and then the unseen ones around us, which we can hear most times, when you can hear them talking, they give you something to think of, information, etc., etc. It's so nice. And, without the cosmic law of action, we cannot accomplish anything. Think of it in the following way. We need to engage in activities that support and stimulate our thoughts, dreams, emotions, feelings, and words. This is where action begins. Dreams, thoughts, desires, and more in your dimension manifest in higher dimensions as well. What do you learn from this? Always creating what?
Positive things.
Positive things that whoever look at what you thought created, they can see, this is light side. This is how it should be. You're not one of the followers of the masses. You're not a brown noser. You're not one of those. You work for what you really want to do. Pray to a God that is fair. Nikita, what do we know about the cosmic or universal law of reflection?
The cosmic law of reflection. This cosmic law determines that the principles or laws of physics which declare and explain the visible, physical world, such as energy, light, vibration, and movement, elect an identical reaction in the etheric world. There is a saying that states, as above, so below. Where do you see this law in action in your own life? Remember 10 sentences.
Right. Where will we start? The cosmic law of reflection.
If you send out a love energy, something that you feel someone needs, that person will actually get it, and that person can reflect it, the type of energy that you send it for them.
Yes.
Positive energy, and
That is why we even use a little candle, as you can see here on the altars. Every morning the little candle for the Most High, the incense stick for the guide, or otherwise doesn't matter. And it's just a small act. If you don't have it, you can actually imagine a small little candle burning there. Watch that one and see it in your own mind's eye. And pray seeing that candle in your mind's eye. It is a portal bringing that prayer stronger through. If you know of a sick person and you go there with a negative attitude, are you going to help that person to be healed? No, definitely not. If you come in there, I told you you are going to become sick if you... It's not the way of dealing with it. You should know the reflection, what your words is going to reflect back to you. So, don't do to others that you don't want others higher, up, must do to you. That is a golden rule. Nikita, what do we know about the cosmic law? Well, we did that one. Okay, thank you. Now we go on. Ileska, would you be so kind to explain the cosmic law of merit?
The cosmic law of merit. The cosmic law of action and reaction is linked to the law of merit. For example, blessings, money, gifts, friendship, and many others.
Okay, before you go on, merit. Maybe there's people out there who doesn't know the actually meaning of merit. Is there another synonym for that word? What you deserve?
Yes,
am I correct?
deserving, yes.
Deserving. In other words, you cannot expect. You get people like that. They will sit there and wait for other people to give them money to start something to make a success of their life. They cannot even start themselves. They always need other people to do this. Other people, I see it daily. You know that the son is 27 years of age. He doesn't work. Mama must keep him alive. Rubbish like that. I mean, really. So yeah, if you don't deserve something, don't expect something. And that is what Nikita said. Blessings, money, gifts, friendship, and many others. Iliska, sorry. Thank you, Kobus. Sorry, Iliska.
It's okay. See, for example, the Bible book Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 29. By the way, you will notice that it does not so far match the
the precepts
of our Christian church. Why are most people Christians? What is presented to them as the center point of Christian faith? That it is better to be a criminal because someone else has already paid for your transgressions against the universal laws that you not even know or are interested to know. You just have to believe in it. Shame. It's so unfair. In short, become like Christ and you will be murdered so that the murderers can walk free while you are killed. Does it make any sense to anybody except the mind-controlled ones among us?
Thank you, Iliska. The cosmic law of created authenticity or purity is the seventh cosmic law on the list. The cosmic law of authenticity and purity dictates that hybridization may not take place among anything that the Most High and His creative economs have created. Each flower, animal, tree, the root flower, let's say the first flower as it came out of nature, we're not supposed to change that. I mean, it's just as good as you are here with your senses plus your bodily senses. Now I come and take away your eyes and your eyes so that you cannot see in the spiritual world anymore. What's the use of you doing here? Something like that. You cannot take anything away. Sorry. The same apply for different color humanities. You cannot start hybridizing, red and yellow or red and white or something like that, or black and red or black and green. You cannot. I mean, it doesn't work that way. Go in history. If you prefer, what is this called? To difference from me, or to differ from me. Go back in history and see that cosmic law of rhythm. Where the biorhythms and the history recalls, etc. And go and see for yourself what's going on there. When two different deer crossbreed, for example, the purity of those two breeds breaks. Therefore, voluntary hybridization in nature is particularly unheard of. It's only people serving Satan who force different races to hybridize. Its results lead to decay and later to total destruction of mankind. Modern Christians even hybridize with animal-like creatures and animals. I mean, I was shocked to the core when I see on, movies, what is going on there. You know, how man will sleep with a dog, will sleep with a demon, will sleep with anything. I mean, what is going on up here? Think of the Hebrew law. In the 10 Commandments, namely, thou shalt not commit adultery. Many people see this as a divorce, for example, two people who have their marriage dissolved, or to cheat on your spouse. The Hebrew word mamzer means hybridization. Just help their Bushmen in their original unadulterated authenticity are in contact with nature's angels and nature's elements, and nowadays in advance where lighting will start a fire, as well as exact which areas will be laid to waste by the fire. You know, I saw it with my own eyes when I studied the Bushmen here in South Africa, very small. You know, those people can, they know, they will sit there and they will smoke dacha or cannabis or some roots, and they will go into a big trance and they will come back and they will say to you, you know what, when the moon is there and it is in that state, it will show you what it will look like, the form in the night sky. Then a big fire will start by lightning on that mountain. The wind will blow this way. If you ask him when is this going to happen, and you work it out, it will be in 3 or 2 weeks time. And you can go and check it out. It will be like that. Those people can follow you, you know, track you where your eyes cannot even see. Now, if you're going to hybridize those people, are they still going to be able to do that? Nothing. So what are the people actually doing? Kabosi, will you please inform our friends out there on the universal law of attraction?
The cosmic law of attraction explains how we create and attract people and even events in our own life through our actions, attitude, thoughts, actions and words and emotions.
Yes, this law is about own kind attracts own kind. Our thoughts, words, feelings and actions produce energy that attracts similar energy to us. Am I right?
That's correct.
Positive energy attracts positive energy to us, while negative energy attracts negative energy to us. So if you are negative or in a negative state of mind, you radiate negativity energy or negative energy that attracts negative people and events to you. You know, you get those people, hi Mary, how are you? I feel to die, I don't know, it goes on and on and on. And if you go and sit and go into that, I mean, you must try and help the person to get to the root. Why is this person in such a horrible state of mind due to something that happened? You will see for yourself it's self-created, because they as Christians prefer not to believe in cosmic law, so they're on the steer of their own wheel of life, you know. They decide, I will do that big I inside of them, and then all of a sudden there's no problem. Now go and check it out. If you visit Christians here in Bloemfontein, South Africa, in any case, it's problems on problems on problems on problems. It's all they can talk about.
Yeah.
Problems. Where did the problems come from? They created it. That is why. Now, the cosmic law of perpetual change of energy, perpetual change of energy, sorry, is cosmic law number 9 on the list. This cosmic law determines that every person has the mental brain power to be able to change certain circumstances in his or her life. Am I right or wrong?
100% correct.
Why? Give me an example.
No.
Go ahead, Nikita.
Yeah,
Yeah, your mind is the most powerful thing that you have.
yes,
So
thank you.
you are able to turn anything, doesn't matter how bad it may
Of
be.
course.
Yes.
How
can
many
change
times
it.
have we shared info with our friends out there? When there's a storm coming up, there's a sigil that you can visualize, and you can hold your hands in a certain position and focus. And when you do this, the storm will go by. It will follow your rules. I mean, 10 out of 10 times it did happen in this house. You know, like people, they cannot believe. The whole street is about, there's no windows that is not broken, and yes, nothing wrong. You know, here and there a small little hailstone will lie, while the rest is, you of course you can create with your life, but they're not interested to learn it. Then there's too little time left for money, and earthly things. Oh yes. That is why you have problems that will never end, because you are creating it due to the fact that you don't make your choices while you are comparing it with the cosmic laws. You don't do it, you just go your own way. This is why it happens. Higher vibrations consume and change lower vibrations to higher vibrations. Have you ever heard of dimension shifts? What is a dimension shift? Who will try?
It's when vibrations take a switch at a very fast rate. So you think negatively now, and when you think of something positive, it changes, and you go.
For sure.
into a
Another
higher
example, that is actually a very good one. You know, there's other examples also where you will hear the true psychics board, or what if there's something, but somebody will announce that a consciousness shift is going to take place.
Yes.
And people think that a consciousness shift or a dimension shift, if a dimension shift, I mean, the higher you go, the more what it becomes.
Right.
Enlightened, yes, and pure and everything. So a lot of times people will hear about a dimension shift or a whatever shift, and they will think, but nothing happened to me. Are you spiritual? Otherwise, don't accept anything to happen. It goes, we think third dimension now after the shift, which will be from above. They will see to it. We will be touched at night or sometime to think not three-dimensional anymore, but fifth-dimensional. Because fourth is only a crossing over dimension. So you will start thinking as the life forms, the humanities in the fifth dimension, or in the seventh dimension, or in the 360th dimension. It's really, it's not for everybody, but there is from above. That is what it says there. You know, higher vibrations consume and change lower vibrations to higher vibrations. And that is what we just spoke of. It is about choice, willpower, and mental inputs to bring about changes for the better, for the greatest light, or the greater light side kingdoms. If I can start off with this discussion. You know, a lot of people will come to us and say, you must vote this or you must vote that, because we must be open for change. Yeah, change for the better, not for the worse. You know what I mean? Don't come with me, we must be open for change. Change what? To become downfallers? No, thank you, I'm not interested in your change. If it's for the better, yes, we are going to serve the cosmic laws of the Most High alone. Yes, we're in for that. We are going to spend time with Satan. No, not interested. So it's about choice, and remember willpower and mental inputs.
The cosmic law of relativity is the next cosmic law on the list. The cosmic law determines that each person will be exposed to a series of challenges around the ability of initiation, which the aim of the strengthening the light within the self, by means of constant psychic and spiritual growth and development.
Yes, how are you going to hold on or to develop as you should if you're not going to do psychic and spiritual growth and development? I mean, the psychic people up there, you know, let's say the Buddhists are going to, or the Chinese persons, they're going, or the Red Indians, they're going to come with a statement, and because we don't know what the hell they are talking about, we are not going to be able to measure what they are actually talking about against how the cosmic laws works, etc. So yes.
Note, these are challenges, not tests, temptations, or problems. We must constantly remain connected to our inner feelings, our connection with the Most High, Torata, JAWE GORIA, during such challenges in order to overcome and master challenges successfully and in harmony with all the cosmic laws.
What challenge, sorry Nikita, what challenge do you think have most people out there after watching this program or the series of programs up to here? What challenge do they have?
To accept that and to realize that they have been brainwashed for so long.
Of
and
course, to decide to choose a reality and not a fool's paradise. That everybody else can see you living in a fool's paradise except yourself. Because you want to be part of the masses, you fear rejection, you're not willing to sell everything, in other words, to give everything up just to follow your Most High or so. That is a challenge. We all had this challenge. I had this challenge. You can read about it in my books. And you were there, he were there. Trillions of life forms through the universes today have been there, so don't feel too far behind. We all are lead on the same, where we can see this is something that's being presented to us. You can make your own choice. I mean, compare your own challenges to those of others. You will see that there are always other people whose challenges are much worse and much more complicated than your own. And if I can give you another bit of advice, you know, if you start seeing problems in your life, close your eyes, you're not ready for that. See challenges. There's not a thing like a problem. Make it a challenge and overcome it. A challenge nobody wants to lose in life. You know, as I always say, make sure when you go into an arena or a fighting ring or something that you know what to do. You cannot go and fight a world champ boxer if you have little arms like me. You cannot. You know, just think of true reality. That is all. See challenges in the right perspective and you will experience much less stress and depression. Why do I say that? Because if you've got a problem now. Okay, in the first place, it's your problem, not mine. If you say to me, you've got a problem, yes, admittance, you've got a problem. Share it with me and take my advice if you want to master that problem. But it's better to see a problem as a challenge, because a problem, I think I will first think of it, and then next week or so I will try to, no, it's not going to work that way. If you see it as a challenge, nobody wants to be a loser or a follower, so go for the challenge. And see it as a challenge, then it's something else. Next on the list is the cosmic law of polarity. Now, this cosmic law of polarity determines that all consciousness-giving life forms are connected to a continuum and has an opponent side. Or is it an opponent side? Opponent. Whatever, they will understand. Think of a magnet, the earth poles, electromagnetic law, ley lines, etc. Now, what can we use this cosmic law for? We can use this cosmic law by focusing and concentrating on the opposite of what bothers us or what we experience. You know, my late mother always, when her few lady friends who came to visit her, she was like us. She didn't mingle with people not in the same belief system, but in any case, when people come and say, "Hi, how are you this morning?" You know, her hands were like this from arthritis, and the back were bended like this. But the smile will be from ear to ear when she answers you, "I'm well and I'm happy, my friend, how are you?" You know, if they took a paint rumple, it's almost purple. You know, it's unbearable. She smiles because she saw the correct attitude. No, man, this is not painful. No, it's not painful. Convince your mind. How do you think people like WWE wrestlers, if you go through that pain that those people go through, you are going to end up in Ward 7, 8, and 9 in your ICU hospital or whatever. Those people learn to replace pain with another feeling. We all can do it. You know, so please, if you feel negative, convince yourself that you don't want to be negative, but want to be positive, and stay focused on positivity. You will become positive very quickly. You can only be what you allow yourself to be. And there's something that I forgot here to tell you. Let me just think if I can recall it. You know what, if you want to sit in your own little dark room and want the whole world to be sorry for you, it's the wrong attitude. Go out and show the world what you can be by being positive. I read it somewhere where somebody said, you can, I think it was His Holiness the Dalai Lama, who said you can think of negativity, because negativity comes in our life sometimes, but don't feed it. Don't think the cat is now seriously ill. Oh, now I see the cat is going to die, and oh, you know, you get mad. No. You can only be what you allow yourself to be. Be positive. See, yes, man, this cat can survive, and I'm going to not to think of the negativity. If I think of the cat, I send him love or her love, and I see it as pink and white and purple and yellow and all those beautiful colors around the cat. You will, or the person or whatever, you will definitely receive it.
This brings us to the cosmic law of rhythm. Everything vibrates and moves in certain rhythms. These rhythms determine the seasons, day and night, light and darkness, the rise and fall of nations, and much more. Remember the saying, all that is, has been, and will be again.
Is it correct?
Yes.
Of course it's correct. People who doesn't know anything about deity science in the first place will tell you no, it's incorrect due to the knowledge that you have, but not the knowledge that we have so far. I can promise you it's something different, and it's very nice. What about the influence of the moon phases on people and biorhythms of everything? Do you believe in moon phases that it can have? You must also believe in it, because I'm sure you heard of it. Yeah, young, it's full moon, you know, the moon is influencing her again. Not that there are people, you know, like the water people. Who are they? The
Isis.
Cancerian and the water bearer. And in some cases, others that's very near to them. Also, they, you know, if the moon gets full, the what do you call it? The emotions get stubborn. And after the full moon, they grow back to normal again. There are lots of people like that, and we know it. And if we know this is the moon is near full and she must come for a consultation, we accept her for what she is, because she's just normal. She must be like that. So, yes, can you add something to moon phases, the influence on people and...
I don't think even just people, but everything else that connects to the earth has the influence on the moon phases.
Yes, because why? Because most of your body consists of water. Now, if you go to the sea, it will differ here and there, but you know, if the moon grows, it comes up there, it goes under there, and it becomes bigger. What will also happen? The tides are going to become higher and higher, and on full moon the tides will be spring tide. I think they call it spring tide or something like that. And the other one is when the water goes lower back again. So if it has that influence, only the moon, what influence will it have on us, which consists of 80% more water? Of course it's going to have an influence. Then where do you stay? You know, where ley lines crosses under houses, let's say under your bed, in your room where you sleep, what's going to happen to you? Both you should know. What will develop sooner or later? Where to, let's say it's not ley lines, let's say to water, what do you call that? Water lines, underground water lines that you don't know of. It's not human made, it is original. There where you put the drill and afterwards the water will come out, where two of those water lines cross. If it's under your bed, what will be the radiation vibration influence? Cancer is one. So, Gabos, what can you share with our friends out there on the cosmic law of gender?
The cosmic law of gender. Everything that exists, visible and invisible, is linked to the cosmic law and consists of a male and a female component.
Yes.
Think of the yang and the yin.
Yes, the yin and the yang sign. You know, the round sign, and then it goes like this. The half is black and the half is white. Perfect harmony.
This cosmic law is one of the cornerstones of the total creation. Our task is to balance the male and the female energies within ourselves, so that we can vibrate in harmony with the heartbeat of the cosmos.
Yes, thank you, Kabos. What do you know about the heartbeat of the cosmos? It is how many beats?
432.
No, that's a hertz.
That's the
Its pulse rate 72.
72.
So if your pulse rate is 72, it means you're not anxious due to anything else. Because if you're afraid, I mean, the heart will go and stand. If you're in perfect harmony, the heartbeat will become 72. Very, very, very. That is what we use when we start with, let's say, in tapping, if you learn to tap in, a specific one. You let your body, the heart rate must go down, so you relax and you relax, and you go down and more down, and then you adjust and then you go. And I can promise you it's not long, then you will hear your heartbeat to 72, and then you can start asking questions, and you will tap in somewhere and you will hear conversations with the answers on what you are asking. Thank you, Kabosi. Do you too understand the cosmic law of gender?
Yes.
I mean, if you are in harmony, like the yin and the yang with gender, I mean, you will not have a problem if a person is gay or straight or bisexual or whatever. Am I right or wrong? You know, I don't even want to mention it, but I've came across persons, you know, they are so afraid, a male person, that we will touch him because he knows what's going to happen. You know, he's going to receive the vibration, maybe in a wrong sense that he doesn't want to. That is why. No, man, stop with that. You can always be in yin and yang as far as gender is concerned. How are you going to understand, if you're a male person, how are you going to understand your wife if you're not in harmony with gender? If you're a lady, how are you, or a woman, how are you going to work things out with your husband? You know, if there's not perfect harmony with, as far as gender is concerned. So always remember that. I know a lot of persons, you know, if let's say the mother becomes pregnant or ill, and now she must be in hospital for 3 weeks. Let her come back. If there's not a servant in that house, that man will be dead, or, you know, they cannot even prepare food. Most of them, they cannot do the washing, they cannot do the ironing, they cannot look after the children, do what the wife do, but they want to be on top of the wife, you know, they want to be the leader in the house, but the wife can do much better than them. That is definitely not harmony as far as gender is concerned. Learn a woman before you interfere with her life. What about honesty? To be dishonest towards yourself or towards any other person is a trademark of Satan. Why do I say that? Because Satan is the father of all lies. And if you are dishonest towards any or another person or to yourself, you work in Satan's favor. Now, in the next program, which will be program T, part 2. It sounds like T for the second time. Couple it there, T
For
part 2. Yeah, T for 2. We will share ancient wisdom secrets on 21 sub-universal laws, which is part of the cosmic laws. Please don't miss out on it, and remember to press the like, share, subscribe buttons as well as the little bell icon to be in line for more ancient wisdom secrets. And please, 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 please don't put off. Share first and subscribe. Until we share ancient wisdom secrets again, love and light to you all. Bye.